Hi guys, this is Ganesh Gamer, and as you can see, I made a few changes to my video. Now, I'll be talking about Stars and Shadows. As you can see, I made a few changes here. I'm going to do both the trainer and also the gameplay review. Now, first things first, the first time I saw Stars and Shadow, I thought not really too good, but then I started actually playing it after reading a few articles, and I must say, it was actually quite good. So you can see, press F1 to get the trainer working, as always. Now, let's have a look at what we have. There's about 7 races. Each one has their own things. You know, you can play with them, you can check out which one you like. As I said, they're all quite good. The humans are probably one of the harder ones because you don't actually get any home planets compared to the other ones, but you know, each one has their own bonus. Each one will be able to help you play the game just really on your style and which one you want. The first game playthrough I used the Ashadar Colonials and I did well with it. I'm thinking of actually playing with the Ural Kagatnate. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but for now, I think I might look at the Orthian Conference just because it's bugs and some of the actual stars that you'll see in this actual video. Some of the actual planets actually reference some of the stories from science fiction like June, like Arrakis and so on, although they did change the names, you know, I guess for copyright reasons. As you can see here, you can actually change a few things to how often they happen, like the pirates. It's pretty much exactly like what you would see with any space sim, you know, Galactic Civilization or even Civilization. Stellaris is another one, although I have to say I'm gonna do another video on that one, and I actually like this game better than that. Now, other of you will actually not agree with me, and fair enough. I just like my games a bit more simple, but you know, has their own things. Like this one. I mean, if you know how to play Civ, if you know how to play Galactic Civilization 3 or things like that, you will get into this pretty much running. It's pretty simple. You don't have to worry too much about other things like politics and all of that until you actually start meeting the races. You don't actually have to worry about, you know, adding things. I'm just adding the money, metals, and influence. Realistically, when I started playing this game, the influence I didn't really think is going to be useful, but you know, for the sake of trying, let's just show this. In fact, you know, if you actually start playing the game, you only need to use the trainer once just to get all of those ones. You will never even use it up. Trust me on this one. I have tried and nothing. It just basically just went there. I didn't even use it all up. So first things first, make sure you have your lab, your farm, and your mines, because even though it does go down, doesn't go down, as you can see it's 9999, it's still useful if you want to actually trade stuff or you want to buy planets and all of that. It's actually quite useful to actually make sure that you're still in the plus. It does show you with a lot of text. One of the things that I would say on the negative side of it is that you do have to read a lot of it. Now, I know I'm being lazy and so on, and sometimes it's actually quite good to read the videos, read the text. You know, you get the story a bit more. What I did find is this actual game doesn't really do much audio except for the background music. You really don't actually do play anything. One of the things that I did manage to see with this one is that, you know, you play the game, you just go through it, you muddle through it. If you're really worried, you know, you can start reading, but otherwise just play through it. that's one of the things that I did find with this game. I think a simple audio file would have actually helped. You know, just at the beginning, just to show the simple basics. You know, what do you need to do, what do you need to use, so on. So far, it's really quite good. Now, one of the things that I find, and I did put the pirates as a bit more normal, is you do get the option of actually, you know what, saying, I don't worry about it. I won't actually bother you if you don't bother me. And for this video, I'm just going to show you what happens when you actually do say, you know what, stuff you guys, and see how we go. Problem that I found with this, and you'll see it when I start playing the game, is that if you're not ready for it, if you haven't actually done the research, as you can see, you're pretty much stuffed. Now, it actually is quite taxing because you know you do have to manage each planet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 planets, not bad, you can automate them, but once you start getting 20, 30 planets, it can get really quite tedious, especially when you're playing it. So, just a point of advice, if you can automate some of the planets, because otherwise it gets really tedious. Now you can see there's retreat, combat, and auto combat. Now I'm probably gonna get slaughtered considering that I only have like 2 shifts, but let's see what will happen. Now movement here, pretty easy, pretty nice. There we go. I'm actually getting killed right now, as you can see. Now, one of the things that I did find with moving these things are that the range. Some of the range can really be small, and if you're not careful, you misstep and all of that, you can actually die. Good thing with this game is you can actually undo your moves, but if you're only using things, it can really actually deter for the game. You can start fighting, and as you can see, I just got destroyed and my entire colony has been taken over. Now, I would say the main thing with this one is make sure that if there is a pirate planet or things, just lay low, just say, look, we won't bother you, otherwise you will actually lose. Now, this is where the trainer actually comes in handy. Playing the game and all of that, and making sure you have a bit more destroyers, a bit more things. The best advice I would give you in this game is make sure you have a very huge chunk of ships, and I mean a huge chunk of ships of different varieties that will actually help you. Research will definitely help, especially where it says parsecs. Make sure you actually have a look at it, because it actually allows you to travel a lot more, a lot better in the actual game. Colony ships are really important to actually colonize all the different planets that you see. Granted that some of those planets are actually inhabitable until later stages. The research is probably one of the best things, and I do hope CHEATHAPPENS actually release a new trainer that actually allows you to have more of the research one. Like with any of the other games though, I think this is a good trainer itself because you only need to use it once, plus it doesn't actually give you too much of an overpower. You can still lose, as you can see with my first ship. However, you know, if you're really quite annoyed, if you don't really want to do this and you actually want to just research the top tier one, yes, the trainer needs a bit of work. I'm hoping that the trainer author in CHEATHAPPENS would actually help with that, but you know, we'll see how it goes with the future. Now, one of the things I really like about these games, and I guess even Galactic Civ when it came out, was that you can actually design your ships. It's really quite good. One of the things that as you can see now, I'm just colonizing planets. The more planets you colonize, the more of them you can actually start building and creating more production. So in this case, I actually want to do the lab first, because as I said, research, if you get more weapons, better weapons, you get more more workers, more things that you can actually play with later on in the ship designer. See, those darn pirates start gonna attack again. The good thing is with these ones, you can actually start building up your force if you have more than one planet. My mistake, I didn't realize the pirates were there. Good thing with the design though is when you actually research a new ship, when you actually have all the prerequisite technologies, it will actually automatically put all the most advanced one. So sometimes it's good to actually just research all the weapons first, then the ship, so that you can actually get more of the better weapons. But again, this is up to you and which one you want to play with. What I found is once you actually start getting the heavy weapons, it doesn't really matter as much, but I would say getting the trust and the armor, because one of the things that I found with this game is if you keep up with the original armor, it will last you for quite a while, especially if you have a bigger guns, because you usually can kill the enemies straight out. However, when you're actually maybe mid-game to late in the game, when the other enemies also have bigger weapons, then it actually really counts, because you really need to make sure that your thing is well defended, otherwise you're gonna get slaughtered. So let's have a look at what we can do here. So basically I want to change it to my new ship because it has my nuclear weapons. I think that would be a better weapon for me to try. Now, anti-missile, tachyon physics and bombers are really quite good, especially when you're going with that one. The physics part of it, definitely, so that you can move a lot more further, so you can explore a lot more the galaxy that you can. Alright, let's have a look. There's two carriers. They probably want to try and enslave my people again. Now, you saw it with one. You can actually select all of them if they're the same ship. As you can see, one of them is my new bomber type, or nuclear bomber type. So that one would definitely lag behind. Just make sure end turn to actually end your turn, but you can actually attack them, as you can see. The good thing with this one is the more weapons you have, especially when you have the bigger enemies, the bigger ships as well, you get more weapons to actually start shooting things. But as you can see, I like spamming ships. So I mean, if you have the ability to it, if you're really patient and you don't want to use a trainer, it will take a while. But at the same time, I mean, as you can see, you can just build it and all of that, and it's actually quite helpful. What else can I talk to you guys about? So one of the things that I find with this game is it's a bit tedious how you actually have to keep building it. You can let it pass by and all of that, so you can just keep pressing next turn if you're really worried about it. But otherwise, you know, if you can be bothered, again, if you have time to kill, because this is a time sink, you will start to get annoyed by it and all of that. It can be a bit tedious for those people that don't have time. For those that actually want to wait and all of that, I really suggest playing Sins of a Solar Empire. That seems to be a lot better in terms of building ship and actually attacking things. A lot more faster, a lot more sim-like, I guess. This one is more like Civilization, where it's a turn-based, so you do have to wait turns until you actually get the research done. You have to wait turns until anything gets done. And you know, I have to admit, sometimes it really took me a long time, and I've seen, as you can see on the settings page, a lot of it you can actually even go up to marathon or epic proportion, where everything is just like 10 times longer. Alright, another attack mode. I guess the really good thing about this one is zoom out. Yeah, there you go. As you can see, those ones are my normal one, and this is my more upgraded destroyers. Let's see how they fare and see how we go. As I told you before, they don't really have as much in the way of tutorials, so you kind of have to work your way up unless you get the manual. Again, if you really want to just play the game and all of that, it can be very tedious. But otherwise, see how you go. One of the things I really like with this one, and I can't stress enough, is make sure that you don't just bomb everything. I mean, if you just want to go the whole genocidal track, bomb bomb it, bomb it, bomb it. But if you really want to try and build up and, you know, not massacre everybody, make sure you have enough trooper ships and I guess the troopers to land into the thing, like the hover tanks or the tanks. Otherwise, I can tell you now, it just obliterates the entire planet, especially if you have enough of those ships. Now, endgame wise, I don't want to spoil anything, but I'm a bit more disappointed with it compared to Civ 4, which has a really great ending screen. This one, it kind of just falls flat. Again, you know, it's a 2D game. I guess I didn't really expect much from it, but it would have been nice to actually have a better victory screen. The other thing with this one is your actual enemies can have a victory on top of your victory, and I don't know, it just kind of feels weird. I mean, if you're gonna win, you're gonna win, and it just feels odd that somebody else is winning when you've already conquered the galaxy and all of that. So see how you go. Good thing with this one is you can actually create ships that are, let's just say, almost cartoonish in nature. So it's up to you. To me, I personally like it. It just evokes, well, spoiler alert, but Star Wars. So see how you go. I think it's pretty fun, some of the achievements that you can get with this game. So, you know, overall, I really like this game. I love strategy, as I've told you before in other videos of mine. So if you really like it, it's a great bargain. Get it at Steam. You won't regret it. I think it's the one of the better ones that has actually come out from an indie game, like Warship that I did before. So, you know, if you actually get a chance, if you have the money, I suggest going to this one. Really, it's worth your money. So if you like this video, please like and subscribe. I am gonna try and make more videos. I am sorry about the delay from the last video to this one, but as you can see, I have been working on new things, and I have a few more games that I want to try out and play with you guys. So if you like, please press the likes and subscribe button, or leave a comment on the video below. Alrighty, till next time.